no matter like what stage of the game you're in, as long as you have either a meter or an assist up, they will be terrified whenever you get in on them, because it's impossible to block for long enough.
What is up, y'all? KRC Pinto here. Welcome back to Secret Sauce. Today, got a special guest. We've got Jonathan Tene here. Jonathan, how you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. I haven't played this game in a minute, but I still remember enough to talk about what's going on.
I think you're good enough that you can get away with like doing this without having played in a little bit. You know, like I think you've got that on lock. I'm not too worried about it.
I guess.
Yeah, USA West champion, you know. How does that feel, by the way? How's like that, having that in your pocket feel? Is that a cool thing?
I don't know. It kind of is sad to me that the first thing I won was online, but
That's
it was
the meta now. I mean, that's what it is. For now. We'll see.
well, now as I was like, that's almost a year ago at this point.
That's true. I mean, I would argue that you definitely put up one of the better showings in Paris this like past months too. Like you were showing.
Yeah, that's what I was actually happy about.
Yeah, that was sick, dude. And
because I was able to like go and then remember how to play the game fast enough.
Yep, true. And you know what? We're gonna talk today about something that has contributed to, I think, both of those wins. Doing a little bit of a different episode today. Instead of focusing on one character, we're gonna be focusing on a shell. Blue Goku and Z Broly. Pretty specific to you, not a common pairing that we see. I think maybe Hook Gang God does it with Piccolo in the mid.
He used to.
But is he off Blue Goku now?
Yeah, he's been off Blue Goku. He doesn't believe anymore.
How do you not believe in Blue Goku, dude? He's crazy good right now. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's kind of silly.
Well, either way, this is the 10A shell. Blue Goku Z Broly. So, yeah, I'm interested to talk to you about this, see what your thoughts are behind it, how you approach both characters, and I'm ready to jump in when you are, man. You good to go?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's this first part, I usually ask people the elevator pitch of their character, like you know, like the 1 minute sell for it. Sell me on this shell in like one sentence. What's this pairing do for you?
So what this pairing does for me is that basically, like if you just look at these two and not what the mid is, as long as you have meter at any point, your opponent is terrified of you winning neutral. Doesn't matter how many, if you have your assist up or not, because both of these characters have the ability to do this. Oh, not that. This. And then if you just do this into this, that's already like, that's 40% at least, right?
You know,
which is really scary. On Broly, it's even more.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's one of those things like everyone dreads about Z Broly now. Is like you get snatched in level 3 and like that's it, yeah. GG's. But like I don't really think of Blue Goku like that. But it's like the same kind of deal. It doesn't scale that bad.
Yeah, I think Blue Goku is arguably even scarier because if you guess wrong against Blue Goku, so let's make them do something like this, right? If you get hit by that, that's like, you know, you cannot get hit by that. Versus Broly 2M, it's still a light starter, right? So it's you can get hit trying to guess on grab more times versus Broly than by Blue Goku.
Gotcha. Okay.
But obviously, it's a little harder for Blue Goku to land the grab itself because he has to be close.
Right. Is that kind of the thought process behind putting Blue Goku up front versus, like, obviously Z Broly is a powerful anchor, but you think it's like since his grabs are a little less reliable, maybe nice to have the assist backing him up a bit?
Well, so the thing that makes this character so silly is that you just combo your grab with the assist like that.
Got it.
Right? And then if you combo your grab with an assist, and I'm gonna drop it real quick. Okay, never mind. So if you just want a really, really simple knockdown, that's already 3.5, right? And a bar and a half off command grab. But also, you could just do this. Alright, I'm gonna drop this one. Never mind.
You just have to keep saying that, I think.
So, okay, yeah, there's 4K and almost 2 bars. Yeah. For super, super basic combo off command grab into assist in the corner. And you have to be scared of command grab into assist, but then You also have to respect this, right? And that's actually like this high low. That's more damage than the command grab actually. So it's all you really don't want to. You don't want to be in the corner against Blue Goku if he has an assist up because there's a bunch of different things you have to be guessing on, and all of them lead to huge damage.
Okay, I mean sold.
Yeah, I guess so. Sure.
All right. Let's talk about the two assists you run. So Broly, you use his A assist for reasons we just discussed. Gives you a nice super dash mix. Lets you combo off of the grab. Obviously, it's a beam like in neutral. That's pretty solid. Is that just generally the logic behind using that assist?
So I'm gonna be real. I think Broly's other two assists are garbage, and A is the only one I can use. So it's there because it's the only one, and I just want to play him anchor.
You don't like having extra key blasts to throw out?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Fair enough. What assist do you use on Blue Goku?
Blue Goku. So this one is actually a little more specific to this team. I use B, but I only use B because I really hate A for 21. Because she has only one of these, right?
Right.
So you can't really. Let me switch this to A real quick. You can't really like confirm that. Basically, that's the whole reason why. And it's like you can't get them in enough block stun where this is like a thing either, right? Versus characters with multi 5Ss like Broly, right? Right? It's free.
Right.
And then if they get hit, you can literally like wait for them to get hit and then confirm with it. And I literally did it too early there. That's how much time you have. So it's actually amazing for Broly, but my game plan on this team is to like if Blue Goku is alive and another character is in, chances are that character is 21. So I value having an assist for her more so than an assist for Broly. But in most cases, I would say that you should play the dive kick assist.
I feel like your team is all pretty comfortable playing solo. How do you feel about solo Blue Goku?
Solo Blue Goku, it's a little bit of a struggle, I guess, because you don't have things that go into vanish, pretty much, right?
Gotcha.
So you need to just like move better than them, right? And in that case, it's a little bit of a struggle, but if they're really ki blast heavy, then you can force your way in with that, which is nice. Worst case, right? And of course, if you get in, you just do this. And if you're solo, that means you probably have a lot of meter. And with limit break, I think grab level 3 does like what 47? Let's say 47. We'll see if I'm right. There we go. $48.61. There you go. Right.
Man.
So if they block like any special moves or something like that, or if they get hit by a stray ki blast that you don't confirm or whatever, that's a 2-touch. And then solo Broly grab level 3 off the top of my head, I think it's 55. So knowing your damage ranges, oh yeah, it's 55. Knowing when things will kill and playing around that is super important. Another really important one to be comfortable on with Broly is when this kills. This is my favorite move.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's by far my favorite move. Yeah, it's basically 6. Yeah, 59-50. So if you're like, let's say, if you're like here in neutral, right, and you feel like they're scared of you, like running at them and hitting a button, right, and you look at their health bar, and they will not die to this, but they will die to this, then going for it is a really good idea.
Good to know.
Because most people aren't actually as comfortable, I think, with the damage ranges on that. But yeah. These characters are both like pretty stable solo just because they're terrifying.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I mean, dude, Blue Goku, you got to be ready for him to teleport all over the place. You got to look out for command grabs. He's got so much going for him. Dive.
Oh yeah, I forgot. So ever since he got buffed in the most recent patch, his EX command grab is like an actual move you can use now because it's 24. So I used to think that this character's M and H command grabs were troll moves. because I believe M was 30 and H was 28 or something like that. But now H is 24, so this is like a problem.
Yeah, that's
Because not only you can use it as like a, so first of all, like if you're doing like this pressure, right? Because this move is -2, of course you want to use it. If you're doing this pressure, you're not in range for this command grab, but you are obviously in range for this one. So it's useful there, but the other thing is it's useful as a DR bait. So if you do like it's 24 frames, so for them to mash a button and hit you, like assuming they tech DR with 5L, right? I tech DR with 5L. It's an 18 frame reaction, which is not gonna really happen, right? They would have to react to the EX flash, and yeah, no, because it's a 24. So if they see this and fake tech DR like you do with hit 236H and stuff like that, or like Gogeta 214H or Cooler's dive kick, like all those types of moves, right? You can basically use it in the same way, and if you use it in a corner, you get loops. Oh, there you go. There's the first drop.
You didn't say it that time. That was the
yeah,
fault.
my bad. And then if you use it mid screen, you still get like a combo. It's not like a huge combo, but it is a combo. And then also, if you do it in the corner, oh my god. You see how it's I got some meter back because the meter penalty was over already.
Yeah.
From the EX move, yeah.
Man.
So that's pretty good to know.
So, your favorite Z Broly was the air grab. Is this EX grab your favorite Blue Goku move, or is there another?
No, my favorite Blue Goku move is his 2M.
The Pro Tag 2M.
Yeah, it's even better. Look how far it goes.
It's ridiculous.
Actually, no, that's a lie. My favorite Blue Goku move is this one. Because this beats every round start. Not literally every round start. There's so 8 frame medium buttons. Like, I recently learned that Zamasu 5M is 8 frames, right? Or like Krillin 5M is 8 frames. So moves like those will beat it. But if you try to contest this with like something normal, you lose. Like, I can even get in the red Gogeta. Hold on.
No, does it beat his... What is his 5M? That's so dumb. Is that the one?
Yeah, so both of these moves are 9 frames.
Man,
But
that's a godsend if it beats it. That's the net play special right there.
it is a special. What are my recordings? Hold on. Okay, cool. So we're gonna make him 5M round start. This is kind of weird for me because I have to hit the reset button and then input 236L. Right? But
Yeah.
so bear with me, but eventually it's gonna win. I'm not buffering it. There we go.
So you're giving me net play PTSD just watching you get kicked by this over and over again.
Yeah, so basically both of these moves are 9 frames, right? But because this is a special move, the game actually says that because it's a special move, it beats Gogeta's move.
That is probably very nice to have in your pocket, especially like any tournaments from now on. That's gonna be super clutch.
Oh, this is the bread and butter. I won't stop doing this round start until you prove to me that you can stop me from doing this round start.
Yep. Yep.
And if it hits, oh wow, my inputs. Okay, you can get. It's a medium starter.
Oh,
if you couldn't
Lordy.
tell, look at the health bar.
Yeah, that is.
So that's a pretty good. I was about to say 99 second, but the clock in this game is 300. That's a pretty good 300 second situation to be in. You know,
Yeah.
just immediately 50%.
Good lord. Yeah, that's sick. So let's start with neutral. This is gonna be interesting with the shell. So I guess let's start with like Blue Goku's neutral himself. Then we can talk about Z Broly's neutral, and then maybe how the shell interacts with each other in neutral. Like maybe.
Yeah, sounds good.
Like let's go. Let's do that.
Okay, so Blue Goku's neutral, right? He's really good at using all kinds of assists, basically. First of all, because of his command grab. Like, his command grab is very not demanding because you just need anything that hits them after this, right? So as long as you don't have like a Gotenks donut assist or something really slow like that, you're fine. So that's nice. But also he's really good at using all kinds of different assists in neutral because this move is really scrubby. This move is actually ridiculous. And the reason I think it's ridiculous is because, or actually, you mind if I talk about Blue Goku using Broly assist just to begin with?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so the reason the synergy between these two is so strong is I actually generally consider Broly assist to be kind of weak in neutral just because of how long it takes to travel, right?
Right.
But in this case, this dive kick obviously is pretty fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of a bad thing if you whiff it, right? But if you even like if you overshoot your dive kick and you call Broly, they can't really do anything about it because you're sandwiching them here.
Mm.
And then the really funny thing about these like projectile I guess ball type assists, right? Like Broly and 21 and Kefla and 18, right?
Right.
All those like beams that aren't actually beams, is that if you get hit after the projectile leaves the assist hand, so let's say here, right? Is there a hide menu button? There isn't. Great. Basically after this frame, if you get hit, the projectile stays on screen.
If you saying like Blue Goku got hit?
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
what generally happens here is if you're like jumping around, right, and being a jerk or whatever, right, and you just do this. That was the wrong assist. Hold on. It's been a minute. They'll try to whiff punish your dive kick with like a jab, right?
Right.
And then you'll get hit by the jab, and then Broly assist will hit them. And then it doesn't matter anyway.
Oh man, so it's just the ultimate bait. Like, hey,
It's not. I wouldn't. Calling it a bait is giving it too much credit. You're kind of just flailing, and the game gives it to you. But yeah, sure.
That's Dragon Ball, right? Perfect.
Yeah.
Just playing the game. Okay.
Another thing is this character has regular Goku Ki Blast, right? Obviously, just like Ki Blast plus beam assists is always going to be good, right? And you can even get a knockdown with this or whatever, right? So that's nice. But actually, as of recently, you can confirm your Ki Blast with that. Right? And you saw it was almost like, so I'm gonna put myself at like 0 meter to make it a little bit easier. So you can't do it from 0 because look at that, right? But if I like it's very, very generous, like meter-wise, right? And then the other thing is, if you don't have your assist when you're shooting the Ki Blast, but then you do by the end of the combo, see how the meter penalty on the EX move expires, so you're actually meter positive there.
Nice.
For converting with the EX move, which is pretty strong, I think.
Do you think that change overall was like super helpful for?
I do, yeah, for sure. Because another thing with this character is, if you can win neutral without spending your assist, you really want to, because that, right?
Right.
So doing having I'm gonna put 7.5, sorry. Having the ability to do stuff like this and then get a knockdown without having to spend an assist from full screen, and also without having to spend vanish is really good, because then when you knock them down, now you can do this. Actually, no, we're talking about neutral. I'll save that for later. What else was Blue Goku's neutral? Well, I already mentioned this round start. Oh my god, not that round start. This round start is specifically like really good with 21 assists, but it also can work with Broly. It just doesn't like. Basically, if it hits them round start, the Broly assist will not combo. But usually, if it hits them round start, it's because they're pressing their own button round start. So I'm gonna show you what happens when Gogeta presses 5M round start, right? They're combos because he's advancing into the button, and then Broly assist is close enough to combo, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I think I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so that it's not as good as the 21 version of the round start, but it's still valuable. Yeah. This character's neutral is honestly really simple, to be honest. I said honest twice, but yeah, it's like I don't know. He's got amazing buttons, right? Like this button is ridiculous. So something that'll happen really often is like you shooting him with these, right? And you like call Broly, and then they think that the block stun for Broly assist is over, so they're like holding up or reflecting or something, and you just hit them low with this from full screen. You're like, oh wow,
I've been hit by that many a time.
how dare you, hold up from full screen or try to reflect something from full screen? How stupid could you be? Wow, right? I don't know.
Do it.
It's pretty silly. This button is also pretty good. I've been using it honestly less ever since this button goes as far as it does, but it still has its place. His jab is all right. This button, or not this button, but this is really good. It's not quite as good as base Vegeta's because it's got a lot less horizontal distance on it, right?
Right.
But let's say you like did something stupid and you like did this, and then you're like not close enough to them to actually capitalize off of them blocking your assist. You can just like do this and just like stall. Oh look, 21's back, right? So as long as your reactions on like 2Hing are good, you should be fine. Because it does have some landing recovery, so I'm gonna do it and then hold up, right? So yeah, it took me a minute to like jump out of landing there.
Right.
But it's still like it's got a little bit, but it's not too much. So if they're super dashing at you, you should be able to 2H.
So I think I'd be failing the viewers of the show if I didn't ask you this, because this is such a prominent thing online. Walk me through his 214 and 236S teleports. We haven't talked about those yet. I feel like those get used like crazy.
I don't use them at all. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Never.
Why?
I use them in combos. That's it.
What is the deterrent there?
So if your opponent, I don't know how to record this too well. Let's. Oh wait, that's not my recording button. That's my recording button. That's Strive. So if your opponent is like floating around properly, it's really weird trying to record this. It'll just mess up the tracking basically. There you go.
Gotcha.
So you see how the tracking got messed up because Gogeta was just floating?
Right.
So if you're playing against an opponent with good movement, a lot of you like that'll happen a lot, and then you just die.
Gotcha.
Because you're whiffing a teleport in the air. And then if they're not in the air and they're on the ground, you just get 2H'd. And then you die. So, I don't know.
Fair enough. Okay. I just had to ask because I feel like it's a super popular move. And correct me if I'm wrong, if they block it in the air, you get some plus frames off that, correct?
If they block it on the ground, you get plus frames too. It's +3, right? Yeah,
oh,
plus
nice.
3. It's also +3, yeah.
I thought that was air exclusive. Shows how much I
No, and in the air, you're like hella plus. Let me, Oh.
Well, there you go. There's the movement.
Yeah, that was just jumping, yeah. So you should be able to jail into like air buttons. Right? If you're doing it from air block. So yeah, you definitely don't want to block this move in the air, but also you shouldn't be blocking this move in the air. Anyway.
Fair enough.
And your opponent, as Blue Goku, probably shouldn't be using this move too much either. So, I don't know. It's kind of like a matchup check, I guess.
Fair enough.
Because this character, for some reason, is still pretty uncommon.
Yeah, shockingly so.
Yeah, for how good he is.
And being Goku. But I guess, UI took the spotlight a little bit from him since he's the newer
Oh, I
Goku.
think he's way better than UI.
You think that Blue Goku's way better than UI? That's interesting.
I thought he was way better than UI before UI got nerfed.
Ooh, that's a spicy take, dude.
I guess
I'm interested.
No, I just always thought this character was insane. That's why I played. I don't play characters I think are bad.
No, well, fair enough.
Or I only play characters I think are broken. How about that?
Yeah, there you go. I mean, understandable. I'm interested. What's the differentiator between him and UI that makes him?
It's this.
Fair.
It's that, and also he's got a 6-frame jab.
Okay.
I really don't. I think having a 7-frame jab kind of sucks in this game, like really bad. Especially on a character that's as vanish reliant as UI, but we can actually talk about that when we get to Broly because he has a similar issue.
Ah, okay, perfect. All right, is that a good time to segue
actually?
to Broly?
Yeah, we can get to Broly now.
Perfect. Let's do it.
So let's actually start off with the 7-frame jab thing. So what sucks about having a 7-frame jab the most in this game, other than 6M clashes, right? Because that's the first thing everybody thinks of. So other than that, the thing that actually sucks the most about it is vanish. Because if you vanish and you hit a 7-frame jab, you can't hit them for jumping. See how he air blocks there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the only way you can actually stop your opponent from jumping here is like, let me give myself some more meter. Maybe you know what's coming now. You have to do like, you have to do something like this, right? Which is super corny. Like super corny.
But kind of sick.
Yeah. Well, first of all, UI can't even do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Every other 7-frame character, to my knowledge, can do that, right? Because Nap is not a 7-frame anymore. So it's Vegito and 16, and both of them can do that.
Right. Okay.
So it's just UI, but I wouldn't recommend doing EK command grab. It's not. But I mean, yeah, it's I don't know. It's kind of a really, for how good of a situation this is for a character like 21, right? Where she does this and then she hits you for jumping. Even though you would think it's amazing for Broly because he puts you in the 50-50, it's not actually that threatening, because if you guess jump on command grab, you just air block. And like, sure, he's plus, but because jab is -2, so air block jab is +4. But like, it's yeah, that's why that's kind of the biggest flaw of this move. It's that Broly's vanish isn't actually that great. So I already mentioned this move. This move is, I'm sure people think it's very good. This move is better than you think it is. So this move on reaction is almost impossible to punish. Like, you need to be like cracked out of your mind to actually like punish this move on reaction when Broly does it. Like, you need to not only recognize that he's running at you, not only recognize that he wants you to jump, and then him doing it, but then also sometimes you still can't react in time because it's just that hard. Because it's so fast. Also, the hitbox for it, I can't really, like, quantify it, but it definitely feels like the hitbox is Broly's entire, like, shoulders. It's not just, like, his hand. It's huge. Also, this move is armor frame 4, which is really fucking fast. Like, you know, he's just, I don't know. And then also, if you get hit, you just, like, explode.
He needs it.
Yeah, sure. And then also, as of the new patch, you can do, I'm gonna drop this one a million times before I land it, but oh, nope, not that. You could do stuff like that, right?
You still get your smash after that?
Yeah, so Broly's EX command grab is knockdown smash. So if I try to do, oops. So if I do this, right, that won't knock down. Even though it's normally a move that knocks down. I can do a dive kick to make it easier to understand it. See?
Yeah.
It actually counts as your knockdown smash, not as your like launching smash.
Interesting.
Which is why it's so silly for 21, by the way.
Yeah. Makes sense.
The synergy between those characters is really strong too, but I think a lot more people play 21 than Blue Goku, so it might not be as interesting.
That's fair. She is pretty prominent these days.
Yeah, as she should be. She's insane. But yeah, Broly neutral. This is the best projectile in the game, like hands down, right? So it used to actually be worse because it would whiff at like let's say this range, right? But now it doesn't. Or like, let me get in 17 because he's short, right? It would whiff on 17 like here. Like, it still has a little bit of a dead zone, but like, you used to not be able to use this move at this range, but now you just can. So what that actually means is that characters can't run at you. So like, actually a perfect example is Bardock, who's dead right now for some reason. Hold on, let me get him in here. Actually, I don't think I need to get him here. But basically, Bardock used to be able to like lariat under your 5S. Right?
Right.
If he like timed it properly and was at the right space. Like it was specific, but it was still possible. Now there's just like no way, because his 5S hits lower now, and what that also means is that you can do, which is absurd because this is -3, and they can't super. So, I guess we're talking about neutral. So I'll save that part for later. But yeah, another thing is you can aim this, and you need to get really good at like shooting this and then reacting to your opponent jumping and aiming the second one up. It's like vital.
Okay.
Because usually if someone is gonna super dash through your 5S, they're only gonna do it on the third one, right? Or maybe the second one. And what you need to do is you need to make sure that the super dash does not, or that you don't whiff your 5S. See how I was hitting 2H there and I still got super dashed on?
Right. Because he didn't pass through the Ki Blast, right? And
Yeah, he needs to interact with the Ki Blast for it to register your 2H like as a cancel. Because what's going on is that you're canceling your 5S into your 2H. So you need to get really good. Let me let him. Oh, oops. Okay. See? So you need to get good at following their movement with your 5S to 2H. Because otherwise they just get away with it for free.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Another thing is, this move is, you have to do it sometimes, but use it like minimally, I think. Because, one of my friends actually started doing to me a long time ago was he would just do level 1 on reaction to this. He would do, I think it was Trunks burning attack. Every time I did this move in neutral, he would always just do Trunks burning attack and hit me with it. But realistically, if you're not trying to be extra like that, even though it did look really cool and make me feel stupid every time, you can just like, just jump and hit him, right? Because this move it has a lot of recovery. So let's make Bardock jump. Hopefully I'll time it right so it whips. I did not time it right. Yeah, that's pretty minus. That's like at least 50. The training mode display is not doing me any favors here, but they have a lot of time to just react and jump in on you, which is unfortunate. Because the move looks really funny. But yeah, your main like get out tool in neutral, or your main keeping them out tool in neutral is this and then this. Like reacting to people jumping at you and not committing. So let's record him, right? Right? So that's actually, I think, a perfect example. So let's make him. There you go. It's just free damage. Because, like, Broly's really scary, right? That's one. But two is that his Ki Blasts have, like, kind of a dead zone, right? Because, if you're, like, let's say either above where the health bars are or above the infinity sign, or sorry, at the infinity sign, like where the timer is, right? Then Broly can't really, can't really do much because like he's not gonna do this, right? This move, oh, oops, this move isn't doing you anything, or doing anything for you there. So you need to be really ready to like position yourself properly and then get this, because otherwise you just can't stop them from being in that area.
That makes sense.
And then characters that are good at fighting Broly tend to be good at staying in that area. So the best example is my best friend Kid Buu. I hate Kid Buu.
Who doesn't?
I hate him so much. So basically what Kid Buu does is he can kind of stay in here as long as he wants, because like when he's all the way up here, you can't really air grab him, right? And more importantly, he can do this whenever he wants. And so, the second he sees that you did a Ki Blast and he's like up here, or sorry, if he's back here and he sees that you did a Ki Blast, he can double jump forward and do this. Right? So, characters with those types of moves are, you need to get good at using those against Broly. Another really common one is, well, I call it the Teen Gohan Jump S angle because Teen Gohan is the character I fought that did it the most. But if you like move the right way on Teen Gohan, you can get above Broly's 5S and then snipe him with your jump S. See how I'm trying to like follow his movement, but it's like I'm too slow. And he shoots me. So those are... I feel like this is a Broly counterplay guide, actually.
Some people appreciate that.
Yeah, I guess that's valuable as well. Because Broly's neutral is pretty straightforward, to be fair. So yeah, all that stuff is really good to do against him. So in those situations, what you need to do as a response is, if you can't anti-air grab them, you can't really do that either, right? So at that point, you just need to do this, which is unfortunate. Or if you're really on it, you can do something like, right? But Broly's reward off of the air-to-airs isn't too high. And I timed the assist call wrong, of course I did.
Yeah, because you have to either give up the corner or spin an assist to get the knockdown, right?
Yeah, or meter.
Yeah, or meter. Okay. So either
Which
way,
is
no matter what, you
not
gotta
ideal.
give something up. There's a
Yeah.
sacrifice there.
But something that is new to Broly is I do this against every person I play. It's do you know how to fight this character post patch or not? Or not even post patch, just like, I don't know how long this has been a thing for. I don't even remember. But you just do this and you just do this. Because whipping a barrier is 40 frames, right? But if you just cancel 5S and do it, it's minus 25, I believe. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, how the hell do I remember that one?
I'm telling you, dude. You got it.
No, okay, that one maybe you're right. So it's like, it's really hard to deal with this. The actual way you deal with this is you need to vanish. So you need to react to Broly trying to put the barrier up and then start mashing vanish. Otherwise, he just gets it. Or I guess preemptively super dash if you're crazy. But like the lowest risk way is vanishing for sure. And this move is crazy because it blocks every assist, it blocks every projectile. Like you need to somehow fight Broly when he has this, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Neutral's over with that.
Yeah, exactly. He's winning neutral for
player.
like 5 seconds or however long the barrier. I can tell you how minus key lasts in the barrier is. I can't tell you how long the barrier lasts for. That's really funny. Yeah. I don't know. This character's neutral is like it. It's pretty basic, like what I've explained so far, but it's because this character's neutral is definitely pretty basic. Like, and then also once you've established like a lot of this, you kind of like walk him to the corner like this. Maybe shoot like 1 at a time, 2 at a time, right? Maybe the jump one, so you do that, right? And you just run on me, you do this when they're scared. Because this is obviously really silly. And then maybe if you're feeling spicy that day, you can like whip it and then just do that. It doesn't matter. I don't know. It's
If
you
that's
definitely you don't want to hit this button like ever.
Ooh, okay.
And because it's got a whole lot of recovery. It's minus 42. This button is better, a lot better, but it also doesn't go as far. And then like, see, 5H is the same duration as this 5M, so I think you would rather just hit 5H. That's what I'm trying to say.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And then his 5H is obviously a lot easier to hit confirm because, you know.
There's a 5H, yeah.
Yeah, it's got a.
Your launch.
You just do that, right? So yeah, his 5H is another really good, like... So if they think that you're going to run up and jab, what a lot of good players will do is they'll actually hit like a 2M or something to go under your jab, because he still has the Majin Buu thing, basically, right? Like, this jab is godlike, don't get me wrong, but it still has that issue. So when you think they're going to hit a button to try and beat your 5L, that's when you hit 5H, because you'll armor through whatever button they hit. Unless that button is like Vegito jab or something.
Are we good on neutral?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so let's roll into when you've got them blocking. Let's talk about pressure, offense, mix-ups, things like that. And I'd actually like to just slide, if it's cool with you, straight into Z-Broly's armor stuff. Like, do you structure your pressure? Like, does it obviously like most of it's gonna be built around like a strike throw with his grabs. Do you build in any like armor bait into your pressure strings or anything like that?
I think that the classic is like So obviously they can't mash on your command grab, right? So
Right.
you're forcing them to jump your command grab. I'll check, like, if the first command grab I whiff in a set, I'll just mash 2H and see if they actually, like, hit me for it in time, right? But you shouldn't, like, do that, actually, if you're familiar. If the player you're fighting is familiar with you, you shouldn't actually do that, because they probably know better. So, in terms of armor, this is my favorite. That's the best one. It works every time.
Get that animation on them. There's nothing better than that feeling when someone like punches straight into the animation part of it, and then they have to just hold that. They have to watch their host.
Like, let's make them hit 2M, right? Oh, oops. I didn't get the close bowling ball. That happens. Right? So they need to hit you with 2 buttons. They need to be ready, basically. Wow. So that's a classic, right? And then the next layer is you just do this and you just leave. And then you can even do like you do some of that, maybe if they commit hard enough. Teen Gohan in this case is not committing very hard, but yeah. It's another one is you just like do this. Like obviously a lot of players will just do bowling ball after 2M, right? But if you just do it early to see if they're fuzzy jumping, right? Because bowling ball is actually a 5-frame gap from all of your buttons. Well, not your light buttons, but your M and H buttons. It's always a 5-frame gap. So what that means is it's actually a slower frame trap than your 5H. So doing bowling ball can potentially catch different jump timings than what's it called? Than doing your 5H. And it like auto times also. Which is neat.
And then obviously that move converts pretty well in the corner, so that's always nice.
Oh, it sure does. It's big damage. And then this move, like I can't stress how important it is. It's so good. Like normally Broly has a problem of after 5M, right? It's either like your turn is explicitly over, or you know, whatever you do, like this just gets level 3'd, right? Or reflected. And first of all, if they try and reflect your 5H and you just do this, they'll actually reflect out a block stun. Right? And then they just whiff a reflect and then they get punished. Right?
Which is always fun.
So doing this is sort of like a risk-free way to bait the reflect on your 5H. It's kind of like what Gogeta players do with 6H into 5S, right? Red Gogeta, not the blue one. Where 6H is unsafe, right? But also people like to reflect after it. But the way they bait reflect is they time their 5S to make it so that you reflect out a block stun. So this is kind of the same thing. And then Broly's 5S is -3. It's -3. Why? And also you can like delay cancel your 5S in a command grab if you do it properly. There you go. Which is ridiculous. I don't know. This move just offers so much. Honestly, it's so good.
That is a lot of layers off of a 5S.
Yeah, they really. I don't know why they gave it to him. That's one of the buffs I feel like people aren't talking about as much this patch. Broly like getting to do 5S in his block string is absurd. I think.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard anyone mention that before now, and you just laid out like 4 ways that it's nasty.
Yeah. Oh no, me and Sage were talking about it when we were in France. So that's at least one other person who does it. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I haven't heard about it enough for how big of a buff it is, in my opinion. So yeah, if you're playing this character, you should really start incorporating 5S like after your M buttons, or even like after auto combo, because people like reflecting, and this leaves you at -3, and it basically auto baits a reflect.
Yeah, that's scary. Oh man, I'm just like thinking about getting blown up.
Yeah.
That reflects.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay, so that's wild. And then yeah, we already talked about strike throw. Is there anything else that like someone picking up Z-Broly would need to know about using his throws and pressure? Like, is there any nifty tricks to it, or like something you should be looking for?
I would say until you start becoming super comfortable on the character, stay away from M and H grab. Just focus on making them guess. Don't get fancy. Don't do any like. I don't think I use M and H grab more than once in every like 100 games. Like I barely use those, and other players will use them a lot more than me, and that's fine, right? It depends on what type of player you are. But starting out, I don't think that you should be using these moves as much, because it'll get you. You'll start learning to be too greedy, I think. But you know, eventually you can start doing it once people are respecting you enough, because then at some point people are gonna be like, all right, I'm just closing my eyes and guessing, right? And if they really are just closing their eyes and guessing, then maybe you can get away with doing that instead. But you know, for the most part, keep it simple, keep it clean, right?
Is the key distinction here just the startup frames between?
Yeah, it's a startup. Hey, because this is 2024. I don't know. It said 25 there. Did I hold it for a frame? Yeah, I did hold it for a frame. So yeah, it you can actually see these grabs in time. And like maybe if you're Goichi with the eye drops, you can see this, but realistically, you're not seeing this in time, right? So I don't know. It kind of feels like it obviously is much higher reward, but the risk to it feels unnecessary to me.
I'm still laughing at Goichi with the eye drops.
Yeah, he's got the Roto Z or whatever it's called.
All right, so
he needs to see the Broly grabs.
Light command grab is the one.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything else pressure-wise with Z-Broly? What if we get Blue Goku's assist in the mix, since we are still talking about the shell, which I definitely didn't forget about.
Well, he is the anchor, to be fair.
That is true. But, you know, sometimes you tag in.
Sometimes, yeah. So, you have kind of a couple choices for using his assist. It's either... So, like I said, this is always going to have a gap. So, if you really want to keep it gapless to do as many moves as possible with an assist, then you have to do... Wow, wrong assist. Hold on, I'm not used to that timing. I'm just going to do this for now. Right? But, in terms of, like, how complex things get, the most you're getting is, like, you know, just, like, super basic Dragon Ball offense, or you scoop them.
Just keeping it simple.
His cross-up JM is really good. Oh my god, I timed it wrong. Because you just hit it from anywhere, right? Which is very strong, I think.
Yeah, big Broly arms.
Yeah, and then you also have the thing where you, like, make 2 H's with your jump M because it goes so far. Oh my god, I'm timing wrong. Okay, there you go. I'm rusty. Yeah, it's actually the same as, like, 21, how she, like, she makes 2 H's with her jump M because it goes so far, right? So you don't actually need to be in their 2H range by the time you land. So, like, even if you cross up and they 2H a little bit late, you don't actually block the 2H, it just straight up whiffs. Which also happens a lot more in Sparking, by the way, with Broly. Once you start doing all the shenanigans and gimmicks. But I'm assuming we're not on Sparking yet.
That can be in here if you wanted to. Go for it.
Okay, Sparking is if you time it properly, like between Ki Blast shots. Oh wait, it doesn't work on Teen Gohan. So this only works on like medium and up-sized characters. Oh my god. No, bro. Not like this. Yeah, they have to be basically they're crouch blocking your 5S and then stand blocking your like after it. It's really hard to like set up like this, but in games it ends up happening. I guess an easier way to show it is like maybe I do no, god. It's like this is always something that you can't really lab because it just like happens in games.
Right.
But doing Spark into this is definitely really good. And the counterplay to it is that they have to stay either standing or crouching the whole time. But also if they're crouching, you can do stuff like this. And this obviously isn't like a mix-up or anything, but you know, it's just like. So actually, like blocking jump L is even scarier because it's instantly tech throw them, right? But yeah, a lot of Spark Broly is like you just do this, you get in, you do whatever, right? And you just do this. And another thing with Spark Broly that always will never stop annoying me is that nobody does Sparking combos. So sparking combos that people should probably be doing. One of them is the basic like corner to corner, which is this. Right. I might have messed up this level 3. I'm gonna be honest. Never mind.
We're living.
Yeah. So that combo people need to do, right? I can explain it if you need me to. By the way. I don't.
Would you? I guess just that middle link. Go for it.
The middle. Okay. Yeah. Sure. So basically, you delay the super dash a little bit, and you do jump S, right? And then you do jump S into air dash, jump M. So it's a really like goofy rejump. Because most sparking rejumps actually are jump M into jump S or something, right? And then you air dash cancel the jump S. But in this case, you're kind of doing it in the reverse order. And yeah, then you just go into your jab. And then you do the... Because another thing is that if you have, like, if you're all the way up in the air with Broly, like, not actually off of 2H, because he has other things off 2H, but... Let's say you're like super high up, right? You can just like fill your combo with this and just build a meter, right? Just jump S air dash button, right?
Right.
So at the end, you just finish with that, but basic if you don't get to the corner at least. You see how I'm like delaying it a little bit though?
Yeah. Is it the same kind of delay you would do for like a normal rejump?
Sort of. Yeah.
Like don't hit super dash till they bounce off the wall.
No. I mean like on the jump M, you delay that a little bit also.
Oh, okay.
That was too much. Oh my god. It's like barely though.
Just giving you a little bit more, a little less real estate until you get to the ground.
Yeah, exactly. And then if you do that combo starting from like here, you can also do something like this.
The loops.
Right, you can get one loop in the corner. And then, wow, it's literally the same damage, it's funny. It is more meter though. And then, if you don't want to do that, or sorry, if you're in the corner already, first of all, Broly can actually consistently whiff Spark, which is a huge deal, I think. So this is amazing for scaling his combo, or for not scaling his combos, because he gets to whiff his Spark here. Right? But also, if you're sparked already, this route still works, obviously. Because whiffing the spark is actually more minus than just letting the bowling ball finish. But let's just do it with the spark, because I don't want to, like, whiff the spark and then do whatever. Right, that's the classic corner combo. And it builds so much meter. I don't actually even remember how much meter I started this with, but I might even build the extra. Oh, okay. So yeah, that did 7k, and it built... Okay, that was only 1 meter negative. So I built almost 3 bars in one combo, and I didn't even start with Spark. I sparked like partway through it, off of a jab. Just like, I don't know, why aren't you doing this combo, right?
Yeah.
And then the last one is 2H. That one? That one is probably the least important, but it's still good to have. Because people are definitely going to want to super dash at you, especially when you're in Spark. So you need to be ready to do that to them. But the 2H one, this one is definitely the one I'm the worst at. I'm actually shocked I got it in the first try. It took me so long to learn how to do this combo. Basically, after the jump H, you want to air dash immediately, and then jump L as late as possible. So I'm going to do it again, and maybe I can, like, mess it up. No, I got it again. Okay.
Look at you go, man. You
I'm
just have
actually...
to say you're not going to get it. That's the key.
Yeah. But you see how low I'm doing the jump L there?
Yeah.
That's really important, because otherwise you won't get it. I don't know. Don't feel bad for missing this one, because it takes a long time to like get a hang of. Another one is if you're in Spark and you're like you hit them like jumping or whatever with a 5S. So you need to do this, I think. Yeah, so you just do the regular rejump. My bad. That's the worst case scenario. So you don't. I'm actually really happy this happened because I forgot about how that works. Or not how that works. I forgot about that happening. So you don't want to hit confirm where you vanish before the Ki Blast makes contact, because then that happens where they fly the wrong way. Let me try and make it happen again. No, I did it right. Hold on. Let me do it wrong at some point. Nope. Nope.
Wow, I really thought that was it.
I'm trying to make it happen. I'm sorry.
No
Nope.
worries, dude. You don't need to apologize at all.
Holy my god. It happens more if I'm like full screen. Maybe I could try and make that happen.
I can always reclip the time where it did.
Oh, the one where I went wrong? Okay, yeah, sure. So yeah, basically what happened there was I couldn't get the combo because my Ki Blast launched Bardock the wrong way because I vanished too early. So you don't want to vanish too early. The other thing is, if they are, so your sixth Ki Blast will launch them, right? So Ki Blast 1 through 5 will keep them on the ground, but then your sixth one launches. So I'm gonna show that real quick. By the way, this is the same thing with Blue Goku. Before I forget, the reason this shoulder charge thing works is that the EX is faster if your opponent is in specifically air hit stun, and the sixth Ki Blast will launch them, and then it puts them in air hit stun, right? But if they're jumping, you actually it's really like weird. You want to do it on the second to last one when they're jumping, and not the last one, because the last one will actually pop them up too high. Okay, back to Broly. So if you hit them like on the ground with your Ki Blast, if you confirm fast enough, you can actually still do these combos from Spark Vanish Ki Blast. I don't know why that dropped. I'm be real. Still build 3.
Let's go.
Yeah. So that's really important. Probably very good to know. And then if you're super extra, then maybe you can do something like there we go.
Clean.
Right. So you can do stuff like that if you're very extra. But also you could just it looks really funny. It's also better. Like, it's more damage.
I love it. He just sits there while they bounce.
You can also just...
Oh, yep, and there's that that launcher you still get.
Yeah. Look how much damage.
Oh my gosh.
Of the EX air throw. Yeah. So you don't do the key last one. Unless you, like, actually, like, are barely about to build a meter, you just do Spark Vanish into loops. Into loops, or if you're, like... I don't know. You're like here, right? Oh, wow. That was goofy. Wow. You just do this route instead. It also side switches randomly. I forgot to mention that. It just happens. I haven't figured out why. I never did. So, yeah. Just, like... Your conversions, they should be taking 40% from every hit if you're in Spark, if you have meter. Because the hits that you get in Spark are either this, right? And then we showed that this leads to a lot of damage, right? And we showed that this leads to a lot of damage. And then, of course, to go without saying, this leads to a lot of damage. And then in the corner, that's 40. Because then you get to do the slow level one. Yeah.
Man.
So yeah, this character just does unbelievable damage when he's on Spark. It's so much, and his Spark routes I feel like are really underexplored because they let you get a lot of like really cheap conversions. It just feels like he's cheating. And then the other thing is, in terms of like, I might as well talk about like Spark usage as an anchor, right? For my team, I think it's probably... So the meme is that I always save my Spark for Broly, and it's because I'm, like, too confident in my own, like, ability to block usually. And I'm like, oh, 21's gonna live. She's fine. She's not gonna... I can block this, and then I don't, and then she dies. But ideally, on my team, I should be Sparking for 21 most games. But if you end up with Spark for Broly, you usually want to pop Spark when you have meter to build, if that makes sense. So, because in an Anchor Broly comeback... You have a maximum of 7 meters, right?
Right.
And you're going to need to burn through a lot of meter if you're going to make a comeback with this character, because grabbing to level 3 is pretty expensive, honestly, right?
Right.
So ideally, you only pop Spark once you're down to like 3 or 4 meter, because then if you hit something that isn't command grab, you build the meter back. If that makes any sense.
Gotcha. No, that makes total sense. So you're aiming to just like redo all the work that your batteries have.
Yeah,
already done.
you need to be very, very conscious of your meter. Like sometimes when I'm making a Broly comeback and I'm in like this situation, right? And I hit this, I just won't vanish because it's a waste of meter.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and same goes for like if you have 4 meter, right? Like let's say I'm here. I'll do like this, and then I just won't spend level 3 because the damage isn't worth it. Like on Anchor Broly, you need to be pretty conscious of the meter, especially if you don't do good Spark combos.
I'm definitely glad you said that, because I feel like a lot of like the instinct for maybe like beginner to mid Z Broly players is there's a lot of vanishing involved in the routing for the knockdowns.
Oh yeah, no. Like if you get an air-to-air hit, unless it's gonna get you big damage, like if they're jumping, right? If I do this, I'm just gonna do this, and then like maybe set up barrier or something. Like you need to be super stingy with your meter, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Yeah, I feel like especially in the corner that comes up a lot.
Oh well, in the corner you can jump 2H at least.
Yeah, that's true.
So Blue Goku. Offense-wise, it's important to know how you go into command grab. So you go into command grab either from like a jump in, so not from jump H actually. So you're out of range, right? But if you do jump M and then you cancel into jump H, then you can get command grab. Oops. And you delay properly in the corner. Oh my god. Oh wait, it's crouching. I'm stupid. Okay, hold on. Because usually people stand up to block overheads. There you go. Right? But that's like a fringe case. So basically, your bread and butter is run up jab, right? Because if you do jab into tick throw, obviously it won't work. But if the jab has dash momentum, then you basically you're up close enough after the jab, because you slide a little bit even after the jab is blocked. That's what happens. And because you slide, then that happens. It negates the pushback, sort of, if that makes sense.
Right.
And then you go into command grab, and then, you know. Oops. You do this. Safe jump.
Do you find that the so Blue Goku's grabs are obviously unique in that they grab and then they have a strike afterwards built into the move? Do you find that useful often?
So off of light grab, it's actually too slow. Like if they jump out of your light grab, they're going to they will not get punched, right? But if they super dash your light grab, sometimes it happens. The main thing is off of EX grab, it happens all the fucking time. Like, if they jump your EX grab late, then they block the punch, and then you're +1.
You plus off that? Damn.
Yeah, sick. So let me show you. Let's make him... If he does immediate counterattack jump, so let's say I do, like... That whiffs, right? But you're not reacting that fast. So let's say we make a delay 5? I don't know. I'm just guessing here. Still whiffs. Okay, hold on. Bear with me here. Okay, 9 is too late. If they jump, like, really late, then they block it. Like, really late. Okay, maybe... What?
Bardock's slippery.
There it is. Say +1?
Yeah. Damn.
This is -5. Oh, he jumped. My bad. I did the range is too much. Hold on. There it is. Okay, it's -5. So those situations happen. You need to be ready to confirm those. The punch off of the light grab is honestly more of a hindrance, because it makes it a lot easier to whiff punish when you jump, right? So you know how the meme is that like it's impossible to punish Broly's grab when you jump it?
Right.
It's not actually, but it's incredibly hard, right? If Blue Goku whiffs a command grab and you jump, it's pretty easy to just like react and then like jump HM or whatever.
Makes sense. Okay.
Not pretty easy, but it's easier than Broly at least.
So you do not want to get.
You don't really have it. Like you can't not have this happen, the punch, but on the EX it is very useful. It's just not on the light one. So other ways to set up. So this is the main one though. Like it's just sick. And then another one is if you do like this in the corner. So shoulder has not a ton of pushback. So if you do okay. So what just happened there is my assist got buffed and block stunned and I'm not used to it yet. You can basically set up like, you know, and it's really spooky because you can't see, right? I would recommend playing something that's the same colors as your assist. Like I'm lazy and I pick default, but if I was really a tryhard, I just pick red colors for my team. Another thing with Blue Goku, you don't do this. Don't do this. You don't want to do this. You're trolling if you do this.
Why?
The reason is you're begging to get guard canceled. It looks really cool, I know, but like, first of all, if you go, it's a left-right or whatever because of the float thing, right? But if you go like same side, then your back is to the corner, which sucks. On hit, it's actually fine, so I'll make him like get hit low or whatever. Let's make him like. You can probably do something like this, right? Oh my god. By the way, this route is really, really useful up 2H. There it is. Right, so you can do something like that if you hit them. But, on block, it's garbage, is what I'm trying to say. But more importantly, like, I would do it still. It's just you get guard canceled. And then you're just giving up your turn. I've also heard, I won't name names, but you know who you are, that you do TK dive kick, right? And my issue with that is that TK, so dive kick is 13 frames, right? Usually. Or sorry, it's 11 frames, my bad. It's 11 frames, and then your jump startup is 4, right? So this is 15 frames of them not hitting 5L, right?
Yeah.
But if they're not hitting 5L for 15 frames, you might as well just command grab them. Because here you're basically saying, okay, you're going to respect me for this long, and then I'm going to use that respect to spend an assist and then make you guess. But instead you could just take those 15 frames of them blocking and just do this. And guaranteed hit them, right?
That's a fair point.
You're making it too complicated, I think, when you use that move. 'Cause I'm a very big dive kick hater. Very, very big. Dive kick is nice if it's like the real like beginning of the game, and then you have half a meter and they don't have a full meter yet though. There it's very good. Like
that mix itself or just the move in general?
Oh no, just that situation. Dive kick in neutral is a super mixed bag because on one hand this happens, or sorry, EX dive. This move is obviously like L dive kick is obviously amazing, right? But EX dive kick is I have mixed feelings on because if you do this, then this is great, right? This is party time. But if they get hit by it, then this happens.
Whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, whole lot. Yeah, it's really sad. So I don't like to do it because it's also like spending meter, and then spending meter for that to happen just feels bad. So, you know.
Yep, understandable.
Yeah. Other ways to go into command grab. Obviously jab is the best. Not the best, but it's the most like stable way, right? Special move assist is a big one. But as of this patch, you can do this, which is pretty good.
This character's so good.
And then also the really cursed one is you can do this. Oops. Oh, it might be only in the corner. My bad. Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, so that is if Blue Goku starts a string with run up jab, that's 1, 2, and then hold on. 1, 2, 3 different points where he can command grab you.
Oh, man.
And
It's like you say
if
this
you
stuff.
guess wrong on this, or sorry, if you guess wrong on the auto combo, or if you guess wrong on the 5H after the 2M, or if you guess wrong on frame trap shoulder after the 5H, they are all medium starters, and you'll die.
See, what this means for people like me is that we have to now go into training mode, set up 4 recordings that are all different command grab timings, and just like try and react to this. Man, that's awful. That is
it's rough. It's rough.
Man. But hey, hell yeah for Blue Goku players. That rules. Congrats for you
Yeah.
guys.
So weaknesses that this character has is that yes, he does have a low, but it's maybe the worst one in the game.
That is not a lot of range, huh?
Yeah.
That's
so
the Krillin 2H of 2Ls.
It is, yeah. Krillin 2L is actually great. That's the funniest part. So ways you set up the low is after your advancing buttons, so 5M and then 2M, you can do these buttons and a super dash and it still will connect. So that's how you can still set up high lows with this character. Also, speaking of 5M, it's about time to address the elephant in the room, which is this button. This is the money button, right? It's -2. I just said -1 there because it was late active frames, but basically, just doing like that or like I don't know. It's so scary.
Lordy.
This pressure is just ridiculous.
Man,
I just do this.
So much swipe on it too. Like that range is kind of nutty, especially considering the range on the 2M as well. Like
yeah, and it's all medium starters.
oh.
Yeah, and so the really cursed thing is, let's say you spend your assist, right? And you're doing pressure. If you do this, this into this is a true string. They have to reflect you, and also if they try to reflect you a little bit too late, they get hit low, right? But this part is a true string. But if you do this, you see how my assist started coming back?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because there's a big enough gap between this and the air dash back S.
Oh.
So at any point in your string, if you just feel like getting your assist back, you just do that.
Dude, that is terrifying.
Yeah, it's kind of silly a little bit.
This character's pressure is like wild.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is the pre-sparked pressure too.
I will be honest. This character doesn't do a whole lot in Spark.
Doesn't do a lot of Spark. Hey, that's why he's on point. That's not.
Yeah, that is why. I never Spark for Blue Goku.
There we go. So we don't even have to worry about it then.
Well, okay. You should probably Spark for Blue Goku, as in whoever is watching this video. But I play a team with 2 anchors, so I Spark from one of my 2 anchors.
That's fair.
Not for my point character. Not saying Blue Goku isn't important, but he's not one of my 2 anchors that I Spark for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you've definitely got some expenditure on the back end of your team. That
also, because 21 is very popular, I might as well show off some stuff with that. If you don't mind.
Go for it.
So if you hit somebody, right? Obviously, you can just you can do that, right? And just active switch after 2 loops and then do this. And then if they get hit by this and they guess wrong, they're dead, right?
Right.
Which is, yeah, it's standard. That's just how the active switch thing works, right? But uniquely, what Blue Goku can do is he can use his other assist to force the same situation. Oh my, I'm sorry. You can do that.
Ooh.
Yeah. Which is pretty cheap. And then also, if you don't have any assists up and you still feel like doing it, you could also do this. Because he teleports back when he does his level 1. So this actually leaves space in the corner.
Oh, that's some DHC synergy there. You love to see it.
See? Yeah. And then also, if you don't want to spend a whole meter, right? Because that is a whole meter, and then also you don't want to spend an assist, you could even just do this.
Did that leave you a gap?
Yeah, it does.
Oh my gosh.
Oops. Yeah.
Visible gap though. Like,
Yeah, it's there.
man, that's
It's pretty cheap.
that is some really convenient synergy there.
Yeah, it's helpful.
That's what, 4 ways to set up for level 3 Hoki? That's solid. Plus he's building
Yeah.
so much meter off those elbow loops that like,
Yeah, he builds 2 bars per combo.
yeah.
It's pretty nice. Also, mid screen, if you do this, this just works, which is nice.
His
This won't kill unless you have more resources, but
his grab preserves the launch too.
yeah, it's the same thing as Broly's. This is a knockdown.
Okay, gotcha. Damn, that's solid.
Yeah, this team's really cheap. That's why I'm playing it.
Hey, that's why we're talking about it, you know?
Yeah, that's why. Isn't that the name of the series? Is the secret?
Secret sauce, yeah.
Yeah.
This is it. Damn, that's some dirty stuff. The next section is where we talk about Oki. This is Dragon Ball. Oki's weird. There's delay wake ups, all kinds
Real
of stuff.
funky.
Do you have any go-to setups? I know you showed a safe jump earlier, but just anything like that that you like to use.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna show that safe jump again because it's kind of underused. But basically, problem 1 is if you grab somebody and you do a whole combo, you don't have your knockdown because the grab is a knockdown, right?
Right.
So the 2 ways you get knockdowns after your grab is 1, you save your smash, and then you do that. Oh my. You do M shoulder into air DR, right?
Okay.
And you just do that. So that's 1. Actually, I don't think that's a safe jump. I actually don't remember the air DR one. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Off of regular jump H knockdown, used whip jab, do that. And then off of dive kick knockdown, you just hold up forward and do jump H. Did I actually forget the Oki? Hold on, I'm so sorry.
For that one, you said off dive kick knockdown, but you did JH.
Oh, is that? Did I do jump H?
Yeah.
Okay, I was having a crisis there. Okay, dive kick knockdown, hold up. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah, okay. My hands betrayed my brain.
It happens, it happens.
And then the other way, because I got sidetracked, you get Oki off command grab. If you do this, right, so you just spent your smash, you can't get air DR anymore, is you do your first jump series after 2 loops into jump 2H into level 1.
And preserve the air dash.
The air dash, and you do that.
Gotcha.
Alright, safe
That's crafty.
Yeah, I stole it. It's not mine. The other ones are mine. I don't remember who I stole it from, though. My bad.
Hey, no worries. Whoever gave him that route, maybe it's the same guy that gave you the preserved air dash Z-Broly route, and you don't. Even know.
Maybe.
That person's just a wizard at preserving air dash.
For sure. What else? What other knockdowns does Blue Goku even get? Oh yeah, this one. So you can do a super jump float thingy. Show you. I'll mess it up real quick. Yep. I told you. There you go. So you can get the float overhead. Or you can go for the... Right. You can go low. I don't think it's like a 50-50, but it's like, might as well do it. It's hard to see.
Can you do me a solid? The level 3, because the animation is so nice, it's dropping some frames in the stream. Can you go to that position and just show me what the jump in looks like?
Oh, got it. Sure. So after level 3, it's super jump IID, float overhead.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or it's super jump IID, float low.
Perfect. So nice and simple.
Yeah. Or you could also do this. Right? And then if you want to auto time spark bait, you can do that.
So it seems like a lot of just pretty clean setups. Nothing too like straight up devious. Just doing what you need to do.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Okay.
And then Broly is after level 3. Let me see if this drops frames.
This one is not as intense as Kaioken.
Okay, cool. Good. I was worried because this I don't know how to show without dropping frames. What I do is I just whiff an IDH and then 2L. Or I whiff an IDH and then I command grab it. It's auto-timed. Okay, because the command grab is 9 frames slower than the 2L. So the 2L will meaty, right? And then throw protection in this game is 8 frames. So, you know. Seemed kind of self-explanatory after that, right? And just auto-times a strike throw mix-up.
Do you have anything off of his J2H that you do?
Of his jump 2H, so my favorite thing about Broly is you just always meaty people with your jab. It's the best. Ground recovery, up. Okay. You said jab. And if you hit him in the corner. Oops. I mistimed it. Let's do that.
Yep. And it's party time.
Yeah. And meeting people with your jab is great because that means that they don't delay tech. Or sorry, they don't like do any delay tech or walk out of the corner shenanigans or nothing, right? You hit jab. It's so easy. Actually, sorry, before I forget, you can also just do a regular safe jump off Broly's level 3. But you gotta like manually time it. Because there's too much frame energy to do it normally, just do that.
Let's talk about what is never the fun part of playing this game. You know, all kinds of great offensive stuff, but every now and then you do have to play defense. So when you have to defend with these characters, what kind of options do you have available? Do they take advantage of any system mechanics well? Do they have any built-in options that help them out? What's the move? Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to start with Blue Goku because this probably will take less time. Blue Goku, if you're fast enough, his mashing out of the corner is insane because you can do... And side switch. Oops. Like if you're really fast with it. Oh my god. Not like this. By the way, when I do this teleport, I'm holding down to fastball. And that's why these loops work.
Oh, okay. Good note there.
Alright, and off that route, you would just do the level 1 safe jump that I showed earlier. And then also, if you don't want to do that, his rejump goes really far. So if you do this and you hold S, right, to get the super jump, that's almost full screen. Or if you don't want to do that, you can also just do like that. I'm whipping the dive kick, so I land earlier. So that's also an option, and then that's also really useful if you get like this type of hit where you like jump and super dash them because you up tech and they miss their meaty, right? That works. So basically, Blue Goku, you just corner them very easily.
Nice.
Off of mashing. Broly is a 7-framer, which is rough. You can use this a lot, right? Because this is 4-frame armor. If your opponent is really good, they will jab and then or do whatever button on your lariat, and then they'll cancel into level 3 on reaction to you armoring it.
So you gotta watch for that because you're stuck in that, right? Like you can't like
yeah.
or anything.
Yeah. So, like that's what all the French players were doing to me. They all would level 3 after they hit my Broly lariat. It was very impressive. So you need to watch for that. But this into Vanish, they have to reflect or level 3 the gap, right? So let's make them reflect. Right?
And then your zoning distance.
Yeah, and well, also your back is to the corner. Now their back is to the corner. Even though you're minus 12, so like I guess against Yamcha, right? You don't do this, but for the most part, unless they have a light DP or enough meter level 3, this is fine.
Okay, good deal.
You have a 7-frame jab, which is rough, but if you happen to hit them with said 7-frame jab, you just do this, right? Or you could do this if you want. If you like it.
And then you just bring 21 in.
Yeah. Well, that's my team's plan. The reason I forgot all my Oki is because now all my Oki is 21.
Yeah, like I was thinking, like you probably don't even do it that much now, especially not special tags a thing. Like you just always can get them out. I mean,
yeah. Well, that's why I'm playing Blue Goku now, because last patch I played Teen Gohan because he's really good at getting 21 in like on his own. Because he builds so much meter also, but now it doesn't matter with the special tag.
Right.
So I just do that. What else? Mashing with Broly. I don't know. That's actually about it. Just like this sucks, but this is good. So evens out.
Is there anything we haven't touched on that you think is important that you want to talk about in regards to Z Broly, Blue Goku, or the shell itself?
It depends on if the last one is synergy or not.
It is
or like,
not. Go
if
for
it's the okay. So characters I would suggest picking for the mid on the shell or possibly the anchor, right? Blue Goku is almost always going to be point if you're playing these characters, so you're most likely going to be putting Broly mid and picking an anchor, or picking a mid and putting Broly anchor, right? Most of the time, you're picking a mid. And I think that the best mids are like... Let me look at character select, actually. Give me a second.
Be my guest.
There's a lot of characters in this game now. I would recommend, for the most part, picking a character with some kind of, like, decent Oki and also, like, a good neutral assist. So... Beerus is pretty good. That's actually not one I thought about. But the main ones, Piccolo. Because Piccolo's synergy with Blue Goku is... Yeah, a whole other video. This energy is absurd. 18, because she has 21's level 3 and 21's assist. 21, which is I think is the best one. What else are really good options? Well, to be honest, you can actually kind of put anybody in the middle, but those I think are the best one. Oh, also Trunks. That was my old team. This was my... Oh, oops. This is my old team.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Reason being is that 21 is super meter hungry. So basically, because Blue Goku is the way he is, you can afford to play 2 super meter hungry characters. That's the thought process here. And Piccolo, very meter hungry. 21, incredibly meter hungry. 18, still pretty meter hungry, right? So you want to pick a character that eats up a lot of meter, has a good assist in neutral, and it also has good mix-ups. Like Trunks has the flips, 21 has a level 3, 18 has a million things. Piccolo has non-guard cancelable Hellzone, or you can vanish guard cancel it, but non-regular guard cancelable Hellzone with a Broly and Blue Goku assist. Like just good offense in general. Because the main heavy lifting is going to be done by Broly and Blue Goku. The mid is usually the support.
Gotcha.
Because Broly, he's your anchor, like you're putting him last, but his support value isn't very high, right? So you want a good support in the mid.
Alright. Jonathan Tene, if someone came to you tomorrow and said, hey man, I'm on the fence about picking up your shell of Blue Goku and Z Broly, what would you say to them to push them over the fence? Why should someone run this shell in Dragon Ball FighterZ?
Well, it's what I said to begin with, I think. It's that no matter, like, what stage of the game you're in, As long as you have either a meter or an assist up, they will be terrified whenever you get in on them, because it's impossible to block for long enough.
Yeah, I mean that definitely seems to be the crux of it. Actually, honestly,
And
this whole team. You've got a whole command grab team,
yeah,
which
it's
is beautiful.
really basically the whole point is that the team is really stable both in neutral and in offense. And I like things that are very stable, which is why I play this shell.
Yep, and being one of the top American competitors right now, it's hard to argue with you on that. I mean, the team does work. It is a clean team.